And so it begins. The journey through time to explore the gateway to heaven. And they are called the gates of paradise. They can be seen in the museum for the cathedral in Florence, Italy. But they were not made for the cathedral, but for the baptistry. It was a place where every citizen of Florence got baptized. The baptistry is interesting because it is shaped like an octagon. According to legend, the gates of paradise got its name from Michelangelo. He believed the gates to be so beautiful that they were the actual gates to heaven. The gates of paradise are also referred to the golden doors because the relief panels are completely gilded. This is called mercury gilding, and it involves floating a gold leaf that would be applied to the bronze panel on a thin active layer of mercury. This type of gilding has not been practiced in a very long time due to the harsh chemicals, which took researchers and a series of experimentation to figure out how to restore the golden doors. They were gilded by Lorenzo Ghiberti, which took 27 years to complete and another 27 years to restore. The golden doors were made between 1426 to 1452. In 1990, the gates of paradise were taken away for a restoration, and a replica was created to replace the original doors until completion. The doors stand at 4 meters tall and 3 meters wide, and have reliefs of 10 scenes from the Old Testament from the Jewish Bible, the book of Genesis. The golden doors were meant for the north side of the baptistry, but because of its miraculous beauty, they were put on the east side, which is considered a place of honor. The original doors were filled with black grime until researchers and experiments were done to reveal the original gilding. It was believed that the baptistry had ancient roots, and they wanted to create a traditional theme of doors, looking back to ancient Rome with bronze doors on the Pantheon. The designs were more Gothic and had scenes shaped as quarterfoils. Some of the figures are freestanding, and some of the main figures are rounded. The further away you are from the figures, they get smaller and they get shallower, until all that is left for you to see are lines cut into the surface. There are scenes from Adam and Eve, a scene of Noah, and the scene of Esau and Jacob, two brothers, the sons of Rebekah and Isaac. In the upper right corner, God has approached Rebekah, and she is pregnant. She asked God why her twins seem to be already fighting in her womb. God then says to her that her two sons will represent two nations and two people, and the younger child will be the supplant for the older child, which is abnormal. The eldest son is usually the one that would inherit. And in the next scene, Rebekah gives birth to her two sons, Esau and Jacob. In another scene, towards the right, Esau is going hunting, which he rather enjoys. On one of his hunting trips, he came back and was extremely hungry. Esau approached his brother Jacob, who was eating a bowl of stew, and asked Jacob if Esau could have his stew. Jacob replies, "I'll give you my stew if you give me your birthright." Esau, not being very logical, ends up selling his birthright for a bowl of stew. In front, there's a scene with Isaac and Esau. Isaac is sending Esau to hunt for him and tells him when he brings something back that he will give Esau his blessing. You can see Esau on the right corner of the panel. He has gone out hunting. Isaac's favorite son was Esau, and Rebekah's was Jacob. Rebekah wanted Jacob to receive his father's blessing instead of Esau. So Rebekah tells Jacob to bring her 2 goats and that she was going to make a stew for Isaac. And she tells Jacob to bring the stew to his father. Rebekah wanted to trick Isaac into thinking Esau was Jacob, so Jacob would receive his father's blessing instead of Esau. There are many details of the story of Esau and Jacob and has been captured on the stunning gilded door called the Gates of Paradise.